All right, so this is, oh goodness, this is part four or part five? I think
I
it's
have
part four
no
of the
idea.
Trouble in Chinatown series of New Champions. This is Game Night's New Champion series. We're using the Hero mod developed by Bernal or Brennel, as some may say, and this is a beta version of the Hero mod. But it's a great mod that's out there on the Steam Workshop for anybody that's interested in the Hero mod. This is the fourth episode. We have 6 players tonight. Ghost, played by Pan Piper. Nemesis, played by Beast. Maximum Resistance, played by Darosh. Sandcrab, played by Rampage. Wild Thing, played by Dark Maiden. And Little Rocket, Little Rocket's actually, you have changed your name, so Little Rocket. Um, these folks have been kind of investigating mysterious occurrences that have been happening in Chinatown, and that has led them to understand that ancestral spirits have been being stolen, maybe even manipulatively stolen. And by some investigative work with Ghost and Little Rocket and Sandcrab and the crew, really, they worked with an expert in the field that kind of helped them understand that the combination of these ancestral spirits would be devastating, would, catastrophic loss of life, big, like nuclear, finger snap type of stuff. And so the team tried to find these ancestral spirits, and I think it was a combination between Maximum Resistance and Nemesis, and I forget all who else helped. Forgive me if I'm not crediting properly, but that identified the magical and energy sources. So they were able to track these ancestral spirits, but every time that they got to them, they were gone. Well, the team decided to get to one right before the ancestral spirit was released or whatever, or try to predict. And so that's where the scene leads them. Now, there was a retcon that happened a week and a half ago where the team rescued Jasper Liu, which is one of the confidants or friends of the author that the team has been working with, that is one of the clan leaders that helped Liu Jin, who is the author. Just basically helped him write his book, right? He interviewed him, tried to understand more about the clans and their spirits and the ancestral spirits of the clans. Well, in that session, or in that scene, the team rescued Jasper Liu, this guy that had helped Liu Jin write the book, but he had been kind of babbling nonsense, and the team kind of surmised that he had been maybe mind controlled or kind of scrambled or something. And at the end of that scene, which happens before this one, um, the the team kind of ran away with him. Ghost flew away with him and got him out of the area. But destroids appeared and gun drones appeared. So clearly, Doctor Destroyer had gotten wind of what was happening here, whether it was the energy sources or something. The destroids had come to investigate, and we're actually going to try to, as far as the team was concerned, was going to try to kill Jasper Liu, um, and learn whatever they could. Well, the team rescued Jasper before that all went down, but not without great cost. It was a pretty devastating interaction with the destroids. Um, we can role play some of what happened there, or at least I'll give you all a brief. So you all would have tried to question Jasper
Mhm.
and just understand, what's going on, and you all would know as soon as you got him out of the kind of a vicinity of Chinatown, he became coherent again.
Mm.
And so, I mean, you all could ask him any question, and he will basically say that these clan leaders were being controlled. If they didn't willingly yield their ancestral spirits, then they would be forced to yield the ancestral spirits. And he had been forced, and then he was being controlled and watched into, kind of saying that he was happy about it and he supported this whole combination of the spirits. But he is scared to death. He fears the end of the world if these spirits are combined. And so, you all kind of get the gravity of the situation that not all the spirits have been combined. A handful have, because you all saw 2 or 3 of them blip off the map. But this is the 4th one, and you all have arrived on the scene before the spirit has departed or blipped off the map. Do you all want to ask any questions about Jasper Lou and any of that, or do you all want to get right into the scene? I'm glad to
Sukai, your voice is cutting out on me quite frequently as you're speaking. I'm catching about 2/3 of what you're saying. Is that the same with everyone else?
Yeah, I sent him a message saying the same thing. That about every 3rd or 4th word it cuts out.
Yeah.
And I've got that too, and I'll lose sometimes almost whole sentences.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to ask everybody to make hearing perception rolls. I'm sorry.
I think we've all failed.
My high-range radio transmission power has failed. I'm going to try to keep my mouth closer to the microphone. Is that helping?
It does, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. I will do that. Feel free to interrupt me if I wander off.
In sorry to interrupt. In Discord, if you go under settings, you can do a voice test where you hear yourself. Maybe try that and see if it's cutting out there too.
Discord preferences hearing test. Voice and audio. Logitech Brio. Testing. Yeah, if I keep my face toward the microphone, it'll help. I'll just do that. Okay. All right. So I gave that information about Jasper Lou, that he is coherent now and has explained that he was being manipulated and that he doesn't support the combination of these spirits, but that his ancestor's spirit has been stolen from him. Obviously, he was mind controlled.
Who did that to him?
Yeah, he says the Sunshin clan, the one that Luo Jen had been fearing, the clan that can do kind of like manipulative. They can appear differently. They can be invisible. They're very stealthy, secretive clan.
But it wasn't one particular person that he's aware of?
Yeah, he says that the Sushin clan has a leader, but the people that have manipulated him are, there are 2 people that have always kind of been the thuggery. And he says that he describes what they look like, and he says, "Beware, they appear one way, but they are truly another on the inside. It's only the external that looks this way." And he describes kind of a tall, slender man, wears a cap, and a lady that typically
You're cutting out again.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking in the right direction. He describes a tall man that wears a kind of a cap, and he describes a lady that wears she's always wearing short skirts and high heels. But he said that's just appearances. Appearances can be fooled, that kind of thing. He said,
is he conscious of his being controlled and saying things that he wouldn't normally want to say?
Yes,
he's aware of it.
He said he wasn't for a time, but then there was some at some point in time he became aware of it, and that's when he reached out to Lojin. He tried to, at least, but it was it was barely fruitful. He only got like 3 coherent, not even 3 coherent words that were like, "I am not me." That's all he was able to say.
And he wasn't able to move from his vicinity to try to escape it.
That's right.
He
was
under his own will.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason he was able to get out and become coherent again is because Ghost flew him out of the vicinity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna roll hero points.
Yep. Everybody will roll your hero dice. 2d6, please. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see what we get. Did you get 8?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa! I rolled 12.
It may be the night where it's necessary.
Well, in that case, can I have my leftover points from last week?
No, thank you.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, 7. And
Ooh, yay! I got 4.
yeah. Sand crab. Every time I write your name, it says sand carb. Auto corrects you to the carbohydrate form.
Well, nanites are carbon-based.
Hey, the science behind it. Max, you're at 5. Wild thing, how many did
Yep.
you get?
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
the description that he gave us is these two here by the truck, right?
Yeah, surely that's bittersweet for you, Little Rocket. These are the people you quote saved.
I was gonna say they're the same people we've kind of seen in the image in the videos as well.
That's right. That's right. And Little Rocket carried them out of the building that was collapsing the supermarket.
Oops.
Oh,
Thing, you gotta
cool.
get a Wild
I
Thing.
like my roll. It wasn't a 12, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all. Well, do you have any other questions about the situation? What's happening or anything?
Okay. Was this the position that I'm a bit confused as to how this the spirit ancestor is located with a truck. Are we catching this in transit?
Yeah. So, and actually, there's one thing I needed to bring in. Sorry. Let me bring in the. I have a saved object that didn't reload. Just a minute.
What? You never heard of the TV show My Mother the Car?
Yeah, so how did we get from interviewing Lou to this area?
Yeah, I'm about to try to get you there.
Oh, I like the way you sneak that in there.
We had actually done some tracking to find the paths, follow the paths of some of these items.
Yeah, yeah. So, let's say you all had been doing the energy and magical reading tracking, and you saw one blip, and then you all were taking note of it, and you tried to get there, because I think Little Rocket tried to get to one in time, and it was gone already. It was empty. And then another one happened, and you didn't get there in time. And another one happened, and you didn't get there in time. Well,
We're losing you like mad.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's bad. Like half your words.
That must be bandwidth related, because I am looking and facing the microphone.
Try this real quick. When you just said that, we heard every word, but during your excitement, I think you're a little louder. I wonder if it's when you speak quietly, does it make a difference? Or when you speak
Overmodulated?
loud, does it make a difference?
Well, I'm speaking in more dulcet tone.
Is your noise cancellation on?
Oh, that's a good.
That or the threshold for your
I tried to send
mic.
you a picture.
Noise suppression is on. I'm going to turn it off.
That'll probably do it.
Dang noise.
So what your
Maybe I
computer's
can
telling you is you are noise.
My feelings are so hurt.
We
Okay,
heard that loud and clear.
good. Maybe that's all it was. I'm sorry, guys, but and gals. Okay, the after the third blip and you all missed it, that was when Luo Jin calls. It's like midnight. After midnight, you all go save Jasper Lu, and after that, you all decide the fourth energy reading. You're going to get there a little bit before you think it will disappear, and so that's where you all arrive. And this crate on the back of the truck has been opened, and what Luogen has described as the orbs of the ancestors. You see it hovering. It is not the evening sun.
Okay. So apparently the truck has been stopped and the container that the spirit ancestor was in has been opened and it is now out of its container.
That's right.
Oh, that's
So it's not that these people are using the truck in order to transport the spirit ancestor somewhere. It's rather the inverse. It was being transported and is in the process of being hijacked.
No, these were the two folks that were driving the truck, and they were transporting it, and they have gotten out of the truck. Well, I guess you would all assume, all would know these are the two folks that were always around
Okay.
the events. So I mean, they're the culprits. They are not red herrings. I'll just say that out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
But because you all would Little Rocket, I'm assuming that you would recognize them straight away, and you all that did the video recording review, you all would recognize them too. They've got the knowing, villainous smiles.
hmm.
I think he does kind of have a villainous smile. I'm getting in close. Yeah. Oh, he has like a twisted mustache, even, I think.
So we know that these are the bad guys for sure.
Yeah, they don't look bad, but Jasper Lou told you their appearances are just straight up deceiving. They look harmless. Who sees in the energy spectrum? And
Me.
Nemesis can see magic.
yeah, both of you all could make some perception rolls. Just even passive perception rolls. Anybody else kind of see energy fields?
Unless it's radio frequency, no.
If it's a force field, Sandcrab can't see through it.
Nope. Did you all succeed? See Max?
X by 5.
Nemesis doesn't take any range mods until 4 kilometers.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, you all would notice a great amount of energy and kind of magical, profusion from the wrist watches. They're really clunky. If you see on their left wrists each.
I would.
Oh, but I thought you saw. Oh, it was Wild Thing that saw it, but Wild Thing wouldn't see that.
no. You said to roll. I just rolled.
I was like, oh, I thought that was Nemesis. So Max notices that then. They have these. Well,
So
and you all would all
their
notice they have
watches are
clunky
giving
wristwatches.
off energy?
Yes.
Their watches are giving off. Okay.
Yeah. If anything, you would probably even see the magnetic field around them. Like they're putting off energy that is surrounding them.
That's part of their probably illusion then. Right. Okay.
You want me to remove it?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going into battle phases here, huh? Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into. Well, now we'll take this out of battle phases. Is that what you're going to do, Little Rocket? Try to remove their wristwatches, prevent them from telling time.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go after the the apparent woman first.
Okay.
And I'll take that, which is a grab by.
Whoa.
Good Lord.
If they're inaccessible, you can't really grab them, right?
They're strapped
I
on.
can take the arm off if it looks like a watch.
Yeah, it's a watch strapped on. It's like,
But if it's an inaccessible focus, obvious inaccessible, it takes a full turn to take them off.
Yeah,
You could always
wait?
target it.
what would you consider watch?
If it's obvious and inaccessible, you can't take it off them unless they're unconscious.
Yeah, but this
If it's
is
obvious,
an accessible
if it's
focus.
obvious,
Yeah.
if it's obvious accessible, then you can with the strength versus strength. But there are
Then it's just
minuses
getting a
depending
grab,
on
yeah.
its size.
Right.
Yeah, it's accessible focus. I mean, it's a watch.
I mean, I actually have enough distance I could try for both, but
Yeah. So you're just grabbing it?
Right. Yeah, it's a grab, but it's a plus 60 my strength,
Okay,
so
I'm
it's
sorry, I'm gonna
75
make you
strength.
roll that. So you just go through and you swipe it off of her. Um,
Yep.
and I don't, my mini is not showing up, but if you all remember in the first session, there was it was like a Oni samurai. It was like a kind of fierce looking samurai that looked
Yep.
like
Yeah.
one of the guardians. That's what she looks like underneath it. She's kind of a samurai looking person.
Hmm.
And she's in kind of a battle stance. Sorry, my thing's not working.
Probably
I don't know why. Can't bring.
probably somewhat confused as to why she suddenly
Yeah, she's a little befuddled. And she's probably even
because since it was a
cursing in Mandarin at you.
yeah, because basically I could have run over there, got it, and come right back.
Yeah. And I'm
So
not taking this in
I'm
about
not.
face. This is
I'm,
more the RP side of
no,
it.
no,
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. And then I would do the guy too.
Okay. Yeah, they both are samurai looking folks, very wizened, very, they've even got some gray hairs on them, but ferocious looking.
Are they equipped with swords?
Yes. Sorry, my tokens aren't working, but they are carrying swords. They're behind them right there. They are, they're not in their hands right now.
So are they scabbarded or are they somewhere else?
Yeah, they're back. They're in the sheaths. So yeah, they're not
Okay.
wielding them right now. They were driving.
Oh, they're driving.
No, they just got out of a truck. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
If it's allowable, Sandcrab will move closer on the ground.
Okay. Yep. They are seeing all this, of course, and they are going to. Oh, I see. Not locked. They are going to. They're going to run. Unless somebody tries to stop them, they're going to run away.
Ghost will attempt to catch one.
Okay. Which one do you want to catch?
I guess she'll go for the one that appears to be male.
Okay.
Sandcrab will say over the radio, "Let one escape. I'm going to tag him with a tracer," and he'll tag the other one with the tracer.
I only hit a DCV of 8.
You got him.
Oh, alrighty.
So you've grabbed him, and obviously you can grab him and hold him. I'm not going to make you roll that strength, unless you're going to try to hurt him. So you've got him.
I'm not.
The lady is running away.
Nemesis will give chase and let her get away.
So you're going to chase after her, but
Right.
so go ahead and place yourself where you would be.
I think the idea is we have one to interrogate and the other to follow.
She's in high heels and a miniskirt running away. That's great.
Not anymore. I took her watch.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for that. She's in her samurai outfit. Oh, I see. When you get closer, the rocks move. It's happening. That's interesting.
Nemesis has a speed speed 6 and 34 meters of movement per phase. So if she runs faster, great. If she doesn't, Nemesis will at least she'll start out 10 meters and then start losing, let's say 2 meters every phase.
Yeah, so she's running at the speed of probably a normal human. So you can get her if you want to. You can pretend. You can do whatever you want to do.
She'll follow, but she'll follow for a while and then pretend to be winded.
Okay.
Are there any other people in the
And I have
area?
an acting skill.
Your question's important, so I'm going to answer it. I didn't hear exactly what Nemesis was asking, but Wild Thing, you don't sense any other heartbeats in the. How far is your range?
Um.
The nearest city is, 60 kilometers away. It's a very kind of remote area.
Okay.
You all out, west, way west, into some open, forested areas.
Got you. Um. It says
Is
Anyway,
it?
Nemesis.
it doesn't give a.
I'm assuming it's not
range.
100 kilometers or 50 kilometers in distance, right? That would just be way
Probably
overpeated since
not.
every
Yeah,
heartbeat in 50.
probably. Yeah, probably not.
So
No.
in the general area, you don't sense any additional heartbeats, and you all know you're in
Gotcha.
kind of some wilderness area. Okay, Nemesis, you were speaking when Wild Thing asked about
Right.
heartbeats.
Nemesis will follow for a while, and then will play act at basically being winded.
Okay, is this as far as you run before you let her get away next to the truck?
No, she would follow. She would follow for a while,
Yeah, I need
like
you
a
to
turn.
put your character token where she would be. Okay. So did you just go underneath the ground or? Oh no, I see you now.
Good, because I don't.
You're just you're in between the rock and the
There
hard
we go. Yeah,
space.
now
Yeah,
I see.
the rock and the trees. Okay. Okay, so
Between a rock and a hard spot.
so she's gonna see you very hunter style, and she's gonna run, continuing, running away, running away, running away. She's still running, and if you follow her around, you follow her around. If not, just put yourself where you are. There's no. Okay, she's gonna continue to run from you until she runs over this little ravine. She's not gonna fall. Are you gonna continue to follow her off the map?
She'll follow her to the edge of the map.
Okay, cool.
If it looks like she can take cover and get lost in the ravine, she will. She'll let her. She'll let her go.
Yeah. This is a thick forested area. She's just off in the middle of the forest now, running off in the Children of the Corn style.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So one lady is run off in the distance. Ghost, you have the other gentleman grabbed and held. Little Rocket is slow motion running, which is just the coolest. But what are you all doing?
I guess Ghost will fly back to the others with the gentleman in tow.
Okay, unlock him. Excuse me. Oh no, we can move him now. You got the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move him wherever you want to go.
Bringing him with.
Okay.
He's laying prone in her arms, I guess. Just because it's the others can talk to him easily, she cannot.
Well, no, actually, he speaks Mandarin.
Except that.
Yeah. How are you going to talk to him? Yeah.
Yeah. She starts. She needs to start carrying a radio or something with her.
The translator just ran after the other one.
Yeah.
Eventually, Nemesis will make her way back.
Although it would be unusual that somebody that lived here wasn't able to speak English, so she may just be feigning it by speaking only Mandarin, but she may perfectly well understand English.
What, the guy?
The spirit ancestor currently is floating above the truck. Is that correct?
That's right.
And the container that the spirit ancestor was in is in the truck.
Yeah, it's opened. So obviously it looks like a closed crate, but it's got an open hatch on the top of it.
Okay. Ghost is going to try and hand off the captive to one of the others who are here. Wild Thing, Max, Maximum Resistance. Are either of you accepting her offer?
Let me take care of the orb.
Okay, that's what Ghost was about to do. What are you going to do?
I can do it from here
Okay,
and not risk blowing everybody up by being up close.
okay. Well, what I was planning on doing was picking up the container and capturing the spirit guardian inside the container.
I'm just going to put the spirit guardian back in the container.
Okay.
Or as you, I can pick up the box from here.
Yeah, I think it's probably more prudent to pick up the box and contain the spirit ancestor inside the box rather than
Either
trying to
way,
direct. Yeah,
either way, I can do them both actually. So
perfect.
it doesn't really matter. If it's actually grabbable, then yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure the box is grabbable.
I think I agree with Ghost that probably would be the better. Bring the box up to the Ancestor. Maybe not. Too late.
While
Box is
they're
under the
dealing,
terrain.
since they have a better chance of dealing with this at the moment, what I want to do is trail um, uh, the woman running away, but at distance.
I'm going to try to start
We-
containing the
See where
orb now
she's
in the force field because it's getting bigger. Sorry to interrupt, but it's getting bigger and I don't know what you're doing.
What is
Um,
that?
Sand Crab said let the woman go. He's got a tracer on her.
Okay. I did not even hear that. That's weird.
Well,
Yeah.
Nemesis will, yes, move down the other side as its
Whoa.
pressure wave it seems to be hinting at that, and she'll even move further away.
Actually, I think it was forcing us.
Yeah, I just
I didn't
moved
move
Sand
Rocket.
Crab. Sorry about
I
that.
have no way of dealing with an energy thingy, so I'm going to see if I have to come in and help in some other way. But currently, I don't have any way of dealing with this.
Sand Crab, I had to move your token. It fell through. Sorry about that. I think it's on
No
the.
problem. I was just going to leave it down there because he's
Okay.
underground anyway.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess you might have done that on purpose. Okay.
No, I didn't, but I figured, well, it was down there, so it's not a big deal.
So not to rush you guys. What are you doing?
I'm
This
currently putting force fields around the sphere.
okay. How big can you do it?
I can do as many as I need, and they're 5 meters long, 4 meters high each.
Okay.
Puzzle it around it.
How big around is this thing now?
Looks to be about 4 meters in diameter.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say you can do it. Oh man. Um, as you are putting, I'll give you the benefit of putting the force fields around it. How tough are your force fields around it? What is the?
10 defense, 10 body, and it's 10 PDED.
Okay, we will get a interesting thing here. 10. How much was the energy defense?
10.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is that rolling? Okay. So that you all see this enormous kind of blast of energy, and it would have radiated out, and you don't know, maybe even miles it would have radiated out. But the force fields contained the blast. It did 15 body damage, so that means 5 of them, 5 body or 5 death, or 5 body left, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's definitely got a big crack in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Okay.
good.
Hmm.
That hurt.
It's pulsing and pulsating, and these force fields are clearly not going to hold it.
Okay, Nemesis is going to find some cover.
It's still expanding.
Yeah, I'm looking into these rocks, basically to her right.
Okay.
And then she's
Everybody.
going to do a quick.
She's going to do a quick what?
Well, she's going to use her I guess magical artifacts skill along with the library, which will give her a 13 or less
Is that something
roll.
that is done in the split second of a moment in battle, or do you need time to think through all that? Because this is going down real fast.
Well, that's why she's moving behind cover.
Yeah, but scrying the magical library is going to take some time, I assume.
Well, it would take whatever time you think that using a skill roll of magical artifacts. That's going to take you, a minute.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna do something that is kind of non-combat-y, but you're gonna get
Exactly.
behind a rock to try to understand what what are you trying to accomplish with it?
Find out what it is and how to disarm it and fun stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. I think you would already know what it is just from your knowledge and what you had been doing in previous research, because I think you had been kind of close to expert level. This is an ancestral spirit that's been released. There's a period of time that it has before a ceremony begins, where it goes into the willing host. The ceremony of kind of accepting the ancestral spirit. I know, for those that might watch, we've talked about this in previous episodes. Once the ancestral spirit is released, the willing host sacrifices themselves to be the recipient of the spirit. That process is devastating by itself, but if it's combined with other ancestral spirits, it's catastrophic destruction, for miles and miles around, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's got to give themselves up to basically plug the dike and stop the flood.
Yeah, but then he said that it's going to cause destruction if this thing takes a host.
It causes destruction to the host.
Oh, and the combination with another ancestral spirit. If there is another ancestral spirit being combined with it, that's the devastating, catastrophic.
Critical mass.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's only one ancestral spirit here right now.
We know of.
Another pulsating blast.
I'm going to start reinforcing it with more force walls.
Okay.
I say over the comms.
Ghost is going to come over and grab this rock and try and position it to shield, like move the rock closer to the other folks here in such a way as to have a shield from the blast if this thing actually gets through.
Okay.
In our searches earlier, we didn't see any large energy bursts or anything, did we? We just saw them go away, right?
Yeah, they got bigger. The first one was a blip. The second one got bigger. The third one got bigger. They were all in remote areas, but they have been getting bigger. Yeah.
The two fastest people we have in this group is Lil Rocket and Ghost.
Okay, another pulsating blast. 6 body through to your defense of your
the two of you need to go back and gather one of those Oni, those demon.
We have one with us right now.
We do?
Right there.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know we had one.
I didn't have the token for him. I couldn't pull him onto the table.
Okay, because I didn't see. All I saw was us. And never mind. Okay, I see him. Then say that try that again.
Hopefully you're willing.
You
Yep.
need to take on that spirit before it destroys everything.
Second barrier would have gone down at that point.
Okay. So this pulsating blast emanates well beyond you all. Thankfully, the barriers are captured. They're getting all of the energy, right? But the barrier having cracked or gone down, you all see this spirit shrink down
That's not good.
and then fly around. It just went all over the place. And
Come over here.
It's all over. Can you all see it moving around?
Oh,
It's
that's
just-
cool.
yeah, it's
That is
just
so cool.
all over the place. It's moving around. The only person who sees it clearly is Little Rocket, of course. Maybe Little Rocket's, matching speed with it. Or Ghost could do it too, I guess. It's
Yeah,
moving around.
That crab should be able to see it, right?
Yeah, if it's moving that fast, I was making a joke about the speed of it.
I see.
And then
Is it now of a size that would fit inside the container that was in the truck?
no.
Oh, it's much larger.
And this blast has emanated miles. And everybody is going to take 15 dice.
What about the boulder that I interposed between the folks in this corner?
Oh, good point. Good decision too.
That's why I went hiding behind one.
That's why I was hiding behind one.
Yeah. So, and the roll wasn't bad anyway. So, anybody hiding behind a boulder is going to be fine, but the boulder is going to be, half a boulder.
Obliterated? Oh, not obliterated.
And who is not hiding behind a boulder? It's 40 stun and 12 body.
Energy or physical?
It's energy.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that sand crab underground is safe.
It did get down underground, but
How
you
far?
could feel it, but it didn't. Obviously, it's the ground is receiving it, right? So it's like a barrier.
Gotcha.
But you know that energy went down, up, around. It was three-dimensional, all in every direction.
Okay.
That energy did. I think there's a gravity moment of, like the gravitas moment of, that blast went for miles and miles and miles.
Okay.
So, what did it range on the Richter scale?
Yeah, it's 8.6 on the Richter scale, shaking the ground. You would assume even that this is wilderness, but that could
It's
hit
Tunguska.
nearby city even, right? Nearby town. You're out in the
That would definitely affect the wildlife in this area.
Yep.
Did the truck get tipped over by the blast?
Yes, and flown back. I've locked it. Yeah.
Well, Ghost is going to try the sacrifice play. This may involve sacrificing Ghost, but she's the physical sort, and she's going to charge the source of the explosions.
Okay.
Maybe throw a boulder at it first.
Kind of new.
Conceivably, except I've already announced my action.
To hide behind. You need to finish this ritual with you, indicating with the Oni. This thing destroys more than just this area.
So did we just leave the Oni standing there next to me? Yeah.
The idea was to hand him off, but
You're the only ones here strong enough that could hold him, probably.
I would say in this kind of commotion, you handing him off, Ghost. He runs off. He's trying to run away, but the blast hits him and has,
Okay.
if not obliterated him, he's, like in flames, burning, bleeding.
Oh well,
from a
there's
field.
that.
What?
I said, oh well,
Was the
never
blast
mind.
a killing attack, or was it just a regular energy blast?
It was an energy blast, but it did 12 body. So, I mean,
In any case, I rolled a to hit of I hit a DCV of 15. So if there's anything to hit, I probably hit it.
yeah. Well, let me answer something about the Oni. He was not an Oni. He was a samurai. He was he looks like one of those guys, but he is not a spirit guy. He was just a samurai wearing a bracelet that gave him powers.
Okay, so he wasn't what I was talking about.
No,
is
no.
what you're
I was
saying.
just trying to describe. He looked like that. That samurai kind of dude that I had in there earlier. I just couldn't get the token out.
Got you.
Ghost, you are you where exactly? What are you doing? Are you flying into this?
Yeah, I
field of
flew up
swirling-
over the boulder and straight into the ancestral spirit thingy, attempting to disrupt the explosion process.
Okay. So
I announced that before I noticed that this thing is no longer looking like a glowing orb.
No, it's looking like a person
Okay, so
in
you will
lotus
take
position.
15. Let me get you. As you fly into that field, 51 stun and 14 body, and you will be. It's a. How much movement do you have?
35 inches, 35 meters.
Okay, so I'm going to lock you there because it's paralyzed you in the field. But while you're in the field,
Jeez. I have a call, guys. Hold on.
While you're in the field, paralyzed, you see. Can you see this to the left? The dude floating, doing the.
Yeah.
The. Why can't I think of what that's called whenever you've got your hands like that?
Lotus.
Yeah, he's got the lotus. Ghost,
I think that's the lotus position.
He's shimmering with like a irradiating gold and black. It's almost like embers.
Mm-hmm.
He's enormous. He's, kind of the equivalent of growth huge. I should have made him bigger, sorry. And you are paralyzed in this field. Not paralyzed. Your movement is hampered. Remember kind of like the hurricane.
Right.
You've flown
and
into
it's
like a stasis field.
Okay, and it's got me cold.
Yeah, it's a minus 40 change environmental movement.
Okay.
It was the 51 stun, 14 body. I don't know if that does anything to you, but
What do you mean by minus 40?
It's stunned from that, but it doesn't stun you.
Minus 40 inches? Minus 40 points? What is that minus?
yeah, inches. Yeah, units.
40 meters.
40 meters.
40 meters. Okay. He's humming. It's like a low hum. It reverberates inside you. Would it reverberate inside you, Ghost? With the makeup of you, or do you have a cavity of a chest and everything?
She's not uniformly solid, so there would be room for resonance.
So there's some resonance, but not the same.
Yeah.
Do you communicate back out to the folks of what you have seen in here? And I assume everybody else's perception could see through this. Anybody want to make perception rolls to see if you all see this enormous...
Sure, with magic. 14 or less.
Are you still doing your skill research to try to understand what this all is?
Yeah.
I think Rocket saw it. What a time to blow a low roll.
Yeah, you see this enormous creature. Same thing, sand crab. You see it. It's just what I described: iridescent, radiating gold and black embers. sitting in the lotus pose, seeming very peaceful as he hums.
Ghost transmits the same hum on tight beam radio frequency, like broadband radio and frequency, right at the guy. Just see if it has any effect.
You see like a wry smile on his face. It just a crack of a smile. That's funny. Okay.
Yeah, here, stop speed of light.
He's what? Sorry?
I was just saying, here, stop speed of light.
I cannot instantly go to speed of light. I have to accelerate.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I was thinking about the radio waves.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not moving at you all. What are y'all going to do with him?
Nemesis will move up, and in Mandarin, it's like, Great Spirit, who are you?
Okay. He speaks aloud, and everyone understands it in whatever your native language is. So if I don't know if Wild Thing has a different language than what she speaks now, or same for Max, like if you have some backstory where you speak some other language, but you hear it in your native language. And he says in a very deep voice, it's rumbling, it's almost at that same radio frequency that Ghost just heard, but he basically says, I am the Ancestor, come to save the world from destruction. From the Destroyer. He says, from the destruction of the Destroyer.
Hey, guess what? We're on the same side.
No, opposite side.
Well, when he says Destroyer, she's thinking Dr. Destroyer.
Correct. He's here to stop the destruction of Dr. Destroyer. That's what he said.
No, save the Earth from the Destroyer, I thought.
Yeah, to stop the destruction of the Destroyer. Like the destruction caused by the Destroyer. He doesn't speak in very good grammar.
Gotcha.
But that's the effect of what he's saying. He's here to prevent the Destroyer.
Well, so are we. And considering that he's pretty much taken over or greatly influencing the United States of America.
Well, the whole world.
Well, the whole world. Our goals are the same.
Ghost, another 40 stun and 11 body.
Okay, ouch. Hang on.
Can we see Ghost is being racked with pain?
Yes.
Yeah, Max, can you pull her out?
While I was still up.
No, not easily.
Unless
Might be able to.
the label didn't get changed.
What, Little Rocket,
Which
are
is
you
possible.
speaking to us or?
Oh, sorry. No.
Okay. So Nemesis, you said we're on the same side, and he, with his low deep, he smiles again and he says, "There are no sides."
Well, we want to stop Destroyer also. Oh, by the way, our friend seems to be in quite difficult pain in your aura. Could you release him from it?
He's why should I, like it's almost like a nuisance to him. I don't even know that he responds. He just smiles a grin. You are asking a supremely powerful being to release Ghost. I don't even know that he's interested in it. It's like a petty thing to him. He smirks.
Great Ancestor. We want to stop the Destroyer also. But we need to do so.
Ghost.
But we need to do so without destroying that which is around us now.
He says, very parabolic, my path is already laid, and destruction, the cost will be great. But I will defeat the destroyer.
How
Yeah,
deep in
he
the
kind of sidesteps your question. He's basically saying the consequences of his existence will cost great, but he will defeat destroyer.
Huh.
Great Ancestor, do you know that there are others that have been released?
Um, others. He doesn't.
Other ancestors. Other ancestors
He.
that have been released.
Yeah, he responds. All. How would he say it back to him? It's got to be parabolic, and I'm not as wise sounding as he would sound. All within we are. All within us we are. He's basically saying all of the ancestors released are inside him.
Okay.
All the ancestors are inside him.
All the ones that have been released so far, he says.
And that's going to be
Um,
catastrophic.
Well,
Yes.
they have been increasingly catastrophic. You all have seen it.
Somebody needs to get Zheng Zhao on, or Jun, whatever, our specialist. He needs to know what's going on.
He stands the ancestor.
And
He's floating, but he stands.
Ghost transmits, you need a host, as a question.
He smiles back, but the price has already been paid, is his response. He is corporeal. I mean, somebody must have given themselves to him the first to receive the first one.
You mean like the samurai dressed guy who's lying dead?
Oh no. So when Little Rocket and you all were seeing the first blips, those were spirits being released and absorbed. So he's basically saying he's absorbed the first three spirits. So for the first one, somebody had to have given their life. He's saying that price has been paid. And he has absorbed the other three now.
So we've already gotten to the catastrophic point.
Yep. Well, this blast, you see the radiating around him, but the blast went on for miles and miles, and it's probably killed creatures and people and all kinds of things.
Well, I don't know what Ghost can do at this point. She's stuck.
Yeah, and it's going to just continue pulverizing you.
And I put a bubble around him.
Around
Don't
him?
they got this?
Around Ghost. To protect Ghost. If Ghost can't move, I'm going to at least protect Ghost.
Okay. So she's in a field of pulsating energy, and it's the same type of energy that your field was preventing until it cracked. So you could do
I can keep putting them up, so.
Yeah, you could just continually put them around her.
Yep.
Okay, so target to hit her, I guess.
She's not resisting.
This.
He's very muscular. Okay. Yeah. So, Ghost, were you knocked out yet, or were you just?
Oh no.
You were just stunned.
Not even stunned. She's just been taking stun.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
you've got this thing around you, and I assume, Max, you're just going to continue to
I can keep reinforcing it, yeah,
okay, cool.
until we can come up with a solution to get her out of there.
Okay,
She'll start taking recoveries.
Good
okay.
idea. Sandcrab is going to try to analyze the force field. Is it biological or is it just a field of force, like a power that has just picked up a bunch of debris?
Yeah, it's a bunch of debris, but it's being sourced by what would look like gold. Like that's probably the most prominent mineral that you can sense.
Hmm.
But the consequence of the field is just a bunch of earth and stone being swirling around just because it's picking up everything around it.
Is there an antithesis to gold? Like lead?
Iron pyrite.
I don't think there is an opposite of gold now. The and if Sandcrab looks at the ancestor, and he looks through him, is he just solid, or is he got blood and tissue and bone?
So no blood and tissue and bone, but he is solid. It's like pulsating energy or pulsating kind of molten in like it would be like gold radiating and moving all around.
All right, let's try this.
T1000, but made of gold.
Now this is going to change her structure to gold. She has or wait a minute.
Transform.
I'm sorry, no.
Multiform.
She has change environment varying special effects.
Oh, change environment.
Yeah, but that's
So-
not your own
That's
composition.
you.
Yeah.
Well, effectively, she could bring up gold to at least plate herself.
Change environment like changes the temperature or makes it rain and things like that.
But
But maybe you could use the change environment inside the force field around Ghost to be a normal environment, so that maybe she could fall through.
Well, that's why I asked how far she is in, because I can only change the environment around me up to 4 meters.
Oh, I think
So she's like on the edge.
No,
she's not.
She's pretty far in.
How if you went to the base of the force field and tested it and see if you push against it, does it dissipate by your change environment?
Or allows me in. Then she'll do that. She'll go up to the bottom of it and touch it.
With the change environment on.
What is
Yes.
what exactly is the change environment? I mean, this is the change
Change environment is her basically being able to create different effects. Not only do I have varying combat effects, I also have a variable special effect. Any.
Yeah, but that's like a totally OP type of change environment.
Things like create light, a magnetic field, coat herself in gold.
Yeah, but the change environment, you've got to buy an effect. Like, what is the actual effect of the change environment? You've got to buy plus perception or down perception or minus movement or something. The special effect being able to change is one thing.
Change environment is varying combat effects, which means if I hit the right combination, I can turn. Basically, it doesn't work against gold, or
yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Wooden stake for a vampire, sunlight for a vampire.
Yeah, varying combat effects essentially allows you to choose, like not just one, but any of the environmental effects that are listed under changed environment.
Right, but that's still like pluses to hit or minuses to hit, or
That's
Yeah.
what I'm getting
it
at.
doesn't transform stuff into a wooden stake. That's
No.
a transform.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at. What is the? You can increase perception or reduce perception or change the wind levels or reduce the movement or change a
You could
temperature.
possibly change environment around him to silence, so there is no sound, and maybe his humming is part of what's needed to create that force field.
I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I had to
No, it's
deal with.
okay. Ghost is being
Yeah, all right. He is
pummeled
bought
by
with
this
varying
change.
combat effects, +1 to characteristic roll or skill roll.
Okay, but that
Oh,
just
Ghost is.
means whatever skill roll you're plussing or minusing, it just has a different. You can affect a skill roll plus or minus 1.
Right, and I also have a varying combat effects, which means I could pull up somebody. It doesn't work in this, or vulnerabilities.
I'm not understanding what you're wanting to do with your +1 or -1 skill roll. What
Well,
skill
what
roll
I
are you trying to affect?
wasn't the effect is
Well,
was
that's
not
the
what what's not needed. What's needed is the varying combat effect. That
what what I'm trying to say
if
is the change environment that
gold
you've purchased is a plus or minus to a skill roll. What's the skill roll you're changing?
plus a skill roll and varying combat effects.
But what's the combat effect?
Yeah,
Huh? The combat effect I'm trying to go for is, does gold work? Does if I coat myself in gold, does it allow me to pass through?
Yeah,
That's not a combat effect.
I'm not going to allow change environment to work that way. That's not the way it works. So we're not just not GM rule. We're not doing it this time. We can talk about change environment or read up on it and figure it out future. But
I
sorry.
got a question.
Yes.
I got a question. So, Ghost is suspended, or is she paralyzed? Can we tell?
Yeah, it's
Kind of trapped in the sphere.
yeah, she's
You were
paralyzed in the
saying
sphere.
Yeah,
it's paralyzed in the
the
sphere.
sphere is a -40 to movement, and I guess that exceeds her ability to flight.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, I want to try.
The sphere is a change environment, and the effect that was purchased by that change environment was a -40 to movement. That was the effect. That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to
I
say. I don't
want.
understand what is the effect that Nemesis's thing is. I won't rehash it, but that's why I'm having such a violent no. Can't understand
Okay.
what you paid for there.
I
Well,
want to try something to get Ghost out of there.
Can anybody fly
Basically,
faster
I
than
have.
40?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm sorry to interrupt you with it, Walting, but that's the point, right? I've given you all the tips of the hand. It's just a -40 change environment for movement.
Well, technically, if I go non-combat, I could get up to 100 and what is it? 168 meters spanning. So I could effectively do a grab by at 2.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Walting, I knew you were speaking. I'm sorry to interrupt you on it. Go ahead.
I wanted to see if I can just blow her out the other side.
You're
You
going to
have to
have to
do
do
like
more than 40
40.
meters knockback.
Oh, my whatchamacallit has
The answer is no, you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I just to prevent the time, you wouldn't be able to. Not with the level of that power and the level of this paralysis.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's try. Nemesis will attempt to attack. Basically, um, a grab by, which is going to be.
You can't actually see her. She's in a force field right now.
Who's in a force field?
Ghost
Ghost.
is? He's protected her with a force field around her, so that she's not getting pummeled by this stasis field.
She's perfectly safe right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't get out of it.
You have to keep on rebuilding it.
I can do that forever.
Nice hobby.
Let's give some of the other folks an opportunity to think out loud. Little Rocket, it's been a interesting moment.
Oh, none of my abilities are going to have any effect in this situation.
Rocket. Rocket's
My only
useless, too.
ability was said that it's it's not going to work. So I'm.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, we'll the session continue on. Rocket, what are you thinking, Rocket?
I have absolutely no idea.
All right, Sandcrab is going to radio to Max and say, when I call it, drop the force fields. I'm going to grab one of the bigger trees from underground, and I'm going to swat Ghost out of there.
That might work.
Now, why couldn't
No,
she be
no,
teleported
pulverized.
out? Why couldn't she be teleported out?
I don't know. There are trees
But
standing in the force field now that aren't pulverized, so I'm assuming that would work. But are those trees pulverized?
Yeah, they're being just decimated. Sorry, it's just I couldn't build that effectively.
I get you. Are they instantly decimated, or do they last a second? Because trees are pretty solid.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
a
last
car
a
hits a
second.
tree, it doesn't even.
They're taking
I
15
could
dice
grab
of
a tree from
damage.
outside and use it.
Yeah, these are enormous trees, kind of like redwood size. But after enough of 15 dice of damage, yeah, they're getting decimated.
Okay. Well, there's this big tree right over here on this side.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm going to grab. And from outside of the field, I'm going to use it to try to, just move it and kind of push her out. So I'm not going to try to hit her with as much speed as possible. I'm going to try to get it to her, slow it down, and then just push her out like you would if you were trying to get somebody out of quicksand or something like that.
Okay. The scene is hilarious. Like you rip a tree out of the ground and poking through the.
You had her grab it, then you could just throw the tree.
I'm worried that may not work as well. If I'm holding the tree, then I can control a little bit and use it forcefully against her.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any hesitation with that. You're.
They win.
I say now.
Yeah. Okay.
And
you all
uprooted having uprooted the tree already. I use it to try to push Ghost out.
I think that's just interesting, at least creative.
And my force walls are dismissible. So.
Okay, so Ghost, you have kind of the pain of the field, pummeling you again, but the tree pushes you, and I'll just say that it pushes you. Which direction were you pushing her? Were you swiping it or poking her?
I'm swiping it, so I'm trying to push her over to this direction, whichever is the closest way out.
Wouldn't it, pushing her, wouldn't that just be slowed down by the field itself still?
It may be. I'll have to use all my strength.
Yeah, roll
Ghost
your.
will use her flight's power to attempt to move in the direction that she's being pushed.
That's cool. So you're basically going to counteract most of the change environment.
Yeah.
And then the swiping of the tree. Will you roll the dice that you have for that, for your strength, please?
Yeah, I'm going to push my strength.
Okay.
So that's... Damn it.
Yeah, I'm going to say that additional body plus the 35, you're able to move Ghost. Plus 15 is 50. Let me see how far that is. Not entirely out of the stasis field. So
Okay.
right on the right sand hide edge of it over here.
Okay, so she takes a round of
Where?
damage.
Yeah, takes another round of damage.
And
Where
I'll
is
keep
she?
on doing it. I'll push again.
Okay.
Because I could, if she's close enough to the edge, I can cut along the perimeter and basically do a move, not so, yeah, I guess a move
It's a
to, no,
59?
a body block against her?
Yeah, but you would then go into the field.
No,
Yeah,
if I angle,
they hit her.
if she's on the edge, you said she's, oh, damn it, I hit the wrong thing.
That's okay.
If
I
you
mean,
said like, if she,
this last swipe of the tree is gonna push her out of this side edge.
okay, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, it was the whole. Your blowing dice. How many dice of wind damage do you have?
I think it's like 8 or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. I think, how many dice did you end up doing pushing? 16. Yeah.
Yeah, but it now has an NND to it. Anything that makes them immovable would block it now.
Yeah, okay.
And
So
the people
let's
just
just.
standing there against my wind, so I put the points in there.
Okay, so Ghost, you're out of the stasis field now.
Okay.
And the guy has his little hum has gotten louder, and he's he's not really been all that perturbed by you, kind of
Still
interfering with
conscious,
his.
Ghost.
What's that?
Sandcrab will say, still conscious, Ghost.
Are you still conscious, Ghost?
Yeah, she was stunned from the last attack, but that doesn't stop her from flying. So
Okay, so this
floating
dude
rather.
he's basically saying, out of my way. I don't know that he would call you weaklings, but he would consider you nuisances.
Inconsequential,
Yes, inconsequential nuisances. He's very kind of down on you all, out of my way, and he's or I will. He's basically saying he's going to come through you.
Come for us?
No, come through you. He's about to begin his journey. I will begin my journey to the destroyer now.
Oh, I tag him with the tracer.
Okay.
He's that away.
He's gonna start walking, and he's gonna start walking this way. I don't know that I can move my scene so much, but he's gonna start walking this direction, and this circle effect is going to continue to move with him. And as
This will
it does,
away.
He's not heading to our base, is he?
well, right now he's moving very slowly, but he is going in the direction of Millennium City.
Oh, darn.
And this is a constant,
Yes.
large area effect blast.
Yep.
Right. I think this is the situation where we let the two of them fight.
And
In
we get
Millennium
people out of the
City, we're
way.
looking at destroying Millennium City again.
Yeah.
Well, powers are too great to be dealt with, and you're kind of screwed.
Maybe we
Okay.
need to let Destroyer know he's coming, and Destroyer will leave Millennium City to come to him.
How
No.
fast is this thing going?
He's walking, actually. It's like the villain that knows that no matter how fast you run, he's going to get you.
It's Michael Myers. Great.
He's
Okay.
walking.
Since I can't do anything here, I'm heading to Chinatown.
Nemesis will beeline for Millennium City until she can get into cell range and call an emergency in.
How far away from Millennium City are we?
Oh, this is way out in the, where is Detroit?
Like 60 miles?
No, I would say this is even further than that. He's probably, 100, 200 kilometers away.
100 kilometers is 60 miles.
Yeah, I'll say probably further than that. I would say he's out in some, I don't know if there's some forest wilderness that close to Detroit, so that's what I'm saying. Far enough further to be a wilderness.
When I get to Chinatown, let me know when I can do that. My movement speed, non-combat is.
As he's walking, that field is around him, right?
Oh
Oh
yes.
shoot! I don't know
And is
what
he
my.
walking on the ground or is he walking in the air?
Actually, he is kind of floating in the air.
How far up?
Let me see if I can think of that. Where's that? 15 meters up?
15 meters up?
Yeah, I can't read
And
it measured.
is the bottom of his force field like it looks like in the scene here, where it's underground just slightly?
Yep.
Okay. Sandcrab's going to move forward in the path that he's moving until he comes to an area where there's water or an obstruction, a river or something like that.
Okay.
And what I'm looking for is a place where, because oftentimes where there's a creek or a river, there's oftentimes there's a railroad track next to it. And what he's thinking about doing is using a power line to make the water um, uh, shocking, and hoping that maybe he's vulnerable to some type of
120.
electrical
Okay.
attack. And when his force field hits it, maybe it'll shock him out of the force field or do something to him. So that's what I'm going to go prepared to do.
Yeah, I will also
I'll tell
say.
the other guys I'm going to attempt something to slow him down at the next waterway where if I can. If you guys think of anything, let me know. And he takes off.
Yeah, and well, just so that you know, this isn't a force field. The As he's floating through, the trees are brushing against him, and the stones. I mean, the things are able to touch him. This is like a stasis field around him, but it is not. It's not defensive.
Defensive.
Yeah, it's not
It's not a
defensive.
defense. It's an effect.
That's right.
Right.
If it could withstand, a couple of phases of a 15 die attack, it'll eventually pass by.
That's right. And anybody that can move
Or
more than 40, or maybe even attack from outside it.
Just keep in mind, if it passes over people, it does pretty much kill them outright.
Yep.
Right.
After a few seconds, I mean, averaging 12 to 15 body.
Nemesis is running at 100 miles an hour to Millennium City.
Yeah, and Wild Thing,
I've
how fast
got
are you running?
120.
That's right. 172 miles an hour.
I've got I don't know how hours. I don't know how to do movement. I got 60 movement.
It's your meters
Yeah,
times your speed
times my speed.
Times whatever
times
non-combat multiple.
times 5 for 12 segments in a minute. Then times 60, and then you take that meters and put it in a converter in Google from meters to miles per hour, and that's how
You
fast
know
you're moving.
what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna load up.
I have an
the
Excel
version.
calculator to do that.
Yeah, it's easier.
There's
I'm
an
gonna
easier
just.
one. Meters per turn times 0.18.
So, needless to say, the two of you all are hightailing it back to
Right.
Old Chinatown. And
Yeah.
Wild Thing, you can figure out how fast you are running, non-combat or not. The rest of you
I'm
all,
flying.
what are you doing? Sandcrab's hatched a plot to try to electrocute the guy, and I'll play that out.
Ghost is basically going to stay in front of him. She'll be like several hundred meters in front of him, keeping pace, looking for anybody that he's likely to kill by passing over, and she will be moving them out of the way.
Ah, the very heroic. Okay.
And Max is going to be doing the same thing.
and Rocket.
Okay, so you all are clearing the path, keeping people out of the way. Wild Thing and Nemesis are maybe trying to get back to Chinatown or Millennium City to alert authorities, or is that it?
Yes.
No, I'm going. Okay, I'm moving 120 meters. Somebody can figure out what that means. I don't care. I'm going to Chinatown. Now, while I'm on my way, I contact Socrates and tell him that I'm going to need a translating pro link. I need to
Well,
speak to these demon creatures, and I do not speak Chinese.
It speaks your language.
Yeah, remember
For
it was
which
speaking in your native language.
It was? Oh,
Yep,
okay.
that was
Then
part
never
of the
mind
description.
then.
Maybe you were away whenever I said it. Like it's instructions, everyone hears it in their native language in kind of a resonance inside them.
Okay, that's weird because I remember when we first met them, only like a couple.
Oh, you want the Oni?
Yeah, the Oni.
Okay, so
Yeah.
not this ancestor guy. You're not trying to talk to him.
No, no, no.
Okay,
no.
so you want to be able to talk to.
Yeah, the Oni. I figure if anybody's going to be able to deal with this, it'd be them, or they would know how to deal with him.
Well, would you also have Lu Jin and Jasper Lu? These people, Jasper Lu, this guy just absorbed the ancestral spirit for Jasper Lu's clan. Lu Jin is an expert that wrote about this and knows exactly what's happened here. You all have
Oh, okay.
resources
Then
of
I'll
people.
go. Then I'll go. Then I'll go see him.
Yeah, and the same Beast or Nemesis probably has a really good understanding of magically what's happened, right? These are 4 ancestral spirits that have combined together, and the devastation is just the kind of recombinant energies of these magical forces. It's just overpowered. It's like nothing can contain it, right? He's going to have to continue expanding and taking on more sources, more ancestral spirits.
All right. Well,
Definitely.
right now Nemesis is trying to bring Destroyer into the game.
Nemesis is trying to contact Dr. Destroyer.
Well, I'm sure we probably have some assets that know how to contact his people.
Well, we know that Destroyer was trying to stop this from happening. That's why he was trying to get Lou. And
Right.
He was, that we know that. So just contacting him and telling him where this thing is, maybe enough to bring him. Or send something. In which case, all you do is report it to the police, and the police would. He's monitoring the police, so
yeah. I mean,
I was going to say, just let Naga know.
Nemesis would let the police know, tell them we've got a big bad that's a kaiju, effectively. That's going to come and stomp Millennium City. You might want to get people out of the way. She'll give a direction that it's coming from, and you might want to let your bosses know.
Yeah, so that's cool. And I would say anyone that's able to hear radio transmissions, and even Socrates would tell you the news reports coming out of this are devastating. Entire towns have been, on the outskirts of this. The initial blast, just so many people killed. And
we're going to get blamed for it.
We are doing such a great job.
Yeah. Now, this emanating field is not the same as that initial blast. I hope that's clear, right? The combination of the spirits created that enormous blast. This is just this guy's
aura.
Yeah, his aura. Okay. He's moving. You all are clearing the way. Let's try to resolve this electrocution attempt.
my shot in the dark.
Yeah, I think it's cool. What
With a shot.
What is
I mean, I'm pretty sure they tried this with Godzilla. So.
Yeah, well, and if I can time it right, I'll throw my little piddling lightning bolt at him too.
Yeah, anybody want to try to do a team?
So that would be so that would be a changed environment, right? To try to create a storm and have a lightning bolt hit. Wouldn't that be changed environment?
Yeah.
No, he throws lightning. No,
Gotcha.
Rocket throws lightning.
Oh, okay.
Energy.
And so does Max.
Yeah, if you all want to try to because you all have been danger rooming, if you all want to take a everyman roll for teamwork and just try to combine together.
Ghost will attempt to drop a boulder right on top of him.
That's awesome. Okay.
A really big boulder, and she'll be moving fast when she lets go of it.
So you're going to throw it at your fastest speed so that the minus of movement doesn't entirely slow it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
Ghost actually does have teamwork at this point. So
okay, does anybody else have teamwork? I know you all have danger roomed a couple of times, so anybody have
No.
actually
Well, I
just
rolled a 5.
what?
Not yet.
Okay, so let's say you get an everyman skill. I'll give you an 8 or less on it, and I hope some people will buy it after this. And use your hero points if you'd like. Um,
Rocket rolled a 5.
roll to 5.
Let's see, skill maker.
Not bad. So I rolled a 11. We need 8 or less, so
Mhm.
I'll use 3 of my hero points to make it an 8 or less.
Okay,
Ghost succeeded with your teamwork skill by 6.
that's awesome.
And Nemesis will use all 4 of hers.
Oh, I thought you were gone, Nemesis. I thought you went into the town.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
No,
Never mind.
it's okay. It's okay. This is it's necessary. I just didn't. This guy might. get
Max
away
actually
with
made
it.
his roll without having to spend hero points.
That's outstanding.
Yay!
Anyway,
See, we don't need to buy the skill. We can do it.
we'll also be picking up a,
Somebody came up with an idea of something to do. I can come back. Holy shite!
anyway, Nemesis will also
Yeah.
throw a large boulder at it.
Yeah, and I think this is great, Wild Thing. I'm not trying to exclude you at all. You made your way back, and they're plotting this plan, and you kind of and turn around and run back. Same thing, Nemesis. If you all want to get in on this, and I just imagine you all,
Made it exactly.
what?
Oh no, sorry. Succeeded by 4.
So I imagine you all like surrounding this dude, some from above, some from the side, some from beneath, or however you're doing it. Wild Thing, you want to make a roll as well. This is an everyman roll for a teamwork. I'm just giving you all the benefit of it. Use your hero points if you have to.
Okay, what am I rolling?
It's an 8 or less to get, but you've got 11 hero points. So
Yeah,
Nemesis, you got it. You got it too.
just a regular roll, 3d6 roll.
Yeah, unless you have teamwork
Okay.
as a skill, which I'm hoping everyone
No.
will get it eventually.
I was planning on doing that once we finish that.
In your room.
But we never got back to it, so I hadn't gotten it. I was waiting for it to be.
It's okay.
Hold on.
Does anybody have a source on electrocution? What that is? Just naturally lightning?
Lightning, hold on.
I'm sorry, I
Let's
just
see if
don't have it. I'd like to give a fair shot to this guy to survive. So
electricity table, lightning bolt, 4d6 killing if it's well grounded, poorly grounded, 10d6 normal, insulated, 5d6 stun.
It's going to be well grounded because it's over water. Because amplifies it.
So is that 10d6 normal, 10d6 killing? That's killing. That's crazy.
For poorly grounded, it's 10d6 normal. For well grounded, it's 4d6 killing.
Gotcha.
4d6 plus killing. At least that's what my cheat sheet here has.
Okay, so
Okay, I need 7. I need to hit DC 7. I mean DC 8.
You're talking about a lightning bolt or a power transmission light?
He
You'll have
said lightning bolt.
4 points.
so you're gonna have to use 6
Sorry,
of your.
you'll spend 4 hero points to hit it to get
Thank
an 8
you.
or less.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and I need to track this because this session's probably gonna end in the middle. Rocket, did you use any of your hero points?
Not for the coordination, but I'll use whatever I would have hit a 7, but I'll use whatever hit points to or whatever hero points to hit whatever his DCB is. Hero points.
No, you hit him. You're 7. DCB is 7. Yeah.
Yes.
He is a large lumbering target.
Okay.
He's got the consequence of growth. Okay, Ghost, you didn't use any hero points. Sandcrab, did you use any?
I used some hero points for the coordination. I'm thinking if he's up in the air like that, I know that I'm hoping that the field can be disrupted, but if there is like a fire hydrant nearby that I can break off and point up into Adam to try to get water to splash on him too. Maybe the dripping down effect will also help maybe electrocute him. Anything I can think of that would shot in the dark trying to knock him out. Metal conducts, so if we can get him wet and electrocuted, maybe he's vulnerable to it.
I think he's trying to figure out if you had to use hero points or not.
No, I'm glad for the explanation. How many hero points did you use, though?
Nemesis used all 4 of our hero points for the coordinate
Teamwork.
and made the roll by 4. So what a waste.
Oh, well, you use it after the fact, though.
Oh, you can use them. So then, if that's after the fact,
So you didn't use
then
it.
So you don't have to use them.
still has 4.
Yeah. Okay, Max, you didn't have to use any?
Correct.
Okay.
Then she'll just simply push a haymaker to throw a boulder at it.
Okay, so this is going to be kind of a complicated attack. How much strength do you have, Nemesis?
60 strength.
Okay, throwing an object, haymaker, will that get past the -40 movement?
Yeah.
But how much will that be left over?
Well, -40 movement is if you treat it like. Well, no, wait, it wouldn't. If you treat it like knockback, it wouldn't. It depends on how you're treating it. So
yeah, and I am treating it like a knockback. This is the only way I can think of strength, kind of like that cleaning conversation.
So I think what you should do is, if you pick up an object and you throw it, you can throw it a certain distance based off your strength.
Right.
So if you can throw it 120 meters, then it's going to be -40, so it's only going to travel 80.
I can,
right?
and
So
my
120 down to 80 because it's -40. That's about a third. So it should be a third less than the attack dice.
And my contribution to this whole teamwork could be my wind blast, which I can use to accelerate the boulder.
With a coordination roll, yeah, you could.
Yeah. Actionator coordination roll, so that could work.
Yeah, so one of those boulders
okay.
with the dice of damage that she will do, I will say the penalty is off. So you just get the full strength dice. And let's say that's Nemesis. Nemesis and Wild Thing coordinate together with the wind blowing blast and the throwing. So Nemesis, you just get your entire strength roll of damage to roll.
All right.
Beast,
normal attack roll.
Yeah, so Ghost, you did some supersonic fast flying to throw. So how much will you get out of that? Like you're rearing back and then releasing that at the last minute, right?
Yeah, basically I picked up a very large boulder. She can lift up to 100 tons worth, so she's looking for a big one. Mm-hmm. She would fly quite high up and then do a nosedive to come straight down on top of him. The idea is that she'll accelerate it as much as she can with her own flight, but the idea is that it's combining drop damage just from the falling damage of the rock, with her flight added to that.
What's your flight?
She has 35 meters worth of flight.
Okay, doubling in a dive brings it to 70. You have 30 meters extra.
Okay.
So if you're doing a 12, you're basically doing 100 tons, doing a 30 meter move through.
Okay. There's actually tables for that somewhere, right?
No, it's a 12 die. It's a 12 die attack. Move through is going to be meters over 6, which will be
extra 5 dice.
An extra 5 dice.
And then a third of that off total. Because of the -40 was what we agreed to. So,
but no, we already calculated that.
40 already.
Oh.
It's
They've got 70 movement coming down. Right.
Minus
you
a
already did
40,
that.
Lisa with the 30, and then they did all whatever
Okay,
that
got
math
it.
stuff.
So you get how many dice of damage?
He's going to get 17 dice of damage,
Okay, so
but he's
Beast.
going to be -7 to hit.
Because of his.
Three.
Okay.
Because of the maneuver. Yep.
So
Okay.
I'm just going to roll a straight 3d6 to hit because I don't have an actual. Oh, wait, there to hit. There we go.
What's your final OCV?
I hit a DCV of 3.
Okay, so you are. He's a 7, and so
Okay, so I've got to blow 4 hero points.
okay. Okay, so it's awesome. It's like the very doing Mox. Well, I don't know how to say the proper word, but like everything happens at the right time. Everyone's heroic moment. Laser
Deus
focused
ex
on.
machina.
Yeah, I can never say it properly. So Ghost hits at the same time as Beast's boulder hits. At the same time as there is a kind of a small town that's been devastated that he's going through with it's got like a fire hydrant that Sandcrab bursts off and sprays at him. And what did we say that would be with a
And he was gonna have some exposed high power lines dug up from under the street, so that the jet of water or a creek that he's crossing into, or both, if I can find the perfect place, can electrocute him.
Okay, so what I'll say 5 dice of killing for that, just because of the I know the rule was 4. I don't know another way to give the difference between 4 and 10 for well and not well. I don't understand it, so I'm just going to say 5. Max, you have just a normal roll against this guy.
Yep. Just throwing in the lightning.
And how many dice is that?
At this point, it is only 13.
Okay, will you make your just a regular attack roll? Let's see if you hit.
Hey, we'll take it.
Okay, so you hit 2. The same. Sandcrab, will you roll your attack roll to aim the water to him at the same time?
That's going to be an area effect.
That makes sense. I would stay still. Let's see if you spray him right. You still have
Okay, here's
hero
my roll.
points.
DCV
Oh
of
my
18
God.
or
Great roll.
That's just amazing. Okay. All right. Little Rocket, you were doing what now to him?
His lightning blast,
Okay, will you
12d6
hit him
versus
as well?
ED, and I already rolled the hit.
Okay, so
So.
you hit. And
No.
and Wild Thing, your attack was to offset the negatives for Nemesis's boulder throw. So you all
Boulder,
coordinated on
correct.
that. Okay.
I think you were short one S on Nemesis.
It's in the plural of Nemesi. Nemesis.
Yeah.
Or the possessive. Okay, so this is the moment. And this is hilarious because he considers you all inconsequential and just nuisances, flies, right? And you all like swirl around him and are saving people from destruction. Very heroic moment. And then at the very same time, you all are kind of calling out Sandcrab's, calling out the plan of here. I'm going to get him over
You're
the
cutting
wall.
out again.
Okay,
Say again.
you're cutting out.
Oh, sorry.
You're cutting out.
And maybe it's bandwidth. Oh no, we've got really bad bandwidth problems. Maybe we're getting back now. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last few words you spoke came through.
Yeah, and that was because we had bandwidth problems, not because of the thing. Anyway, Sandcrab calling out the moving over the water with the power lines at the time. Everyone coordinates the attack. Let's make some rolls. Let's just do it down the line. Ghost, will you make your damage roll first, please?
Okay. I have rolled it. I'm just waiting for the machine to respond.
54 and
54
16.
stun, 16 body.
Okay.
Do we want a
Nemesis,
knockback roll?
that's interesting. You're doing it from above.
Yes, I'm trying to knock him straight down.
Yeah, but I would say everybody is kind of hitting from different angles. I'm not sure I want to deal with. Let's deal with the attack first, and then that may just be special effect for me in a moment.
Okay.
Nemesis, you hit from a different side with your boulder. Will you roll your damage, please?
Here it comes.
43 and 12. Okay, Max, will you roll your lightning? $42 and 12.
It is like literally dead average.
Okay, Sandcraft.
Nothing wrong with average.
Well, actually, it's a little bit low. It would be dead average for a 12 dice attack.
Yeah.
Sandcraft, will you roll your killing attack, the 5 dice? Water crossed with electricity lines. 22 and 44. 22 body. 44 stun.
I'm hoping he's vulnerable to electrical, so that's going to make a big difference.
Wild Thing
Yeah.
contributed to the boulder throw. Little Rocket, you did electrical blast. Will you roll it?
Can I use hero points to modify my stun multiplier?
Ooh, I don't even know how that works. It feels like you're getting a lot more bang for your buck of a hero point on a stun multiplier than you are on a
45 and 13.
I mean, because the stun multiplier is a D roll, right? It's a 1d6 minus 1. So I wanna raise that number.
No, it's in 6th edition. It's 1d3. Straight.
Oh, is it 1d3? Well, that's fine. I got 2, so I'd like to bump it up to 3.
So what would that make it, a 66 on the stun rather than a 44?
Correct.
That's what he's saying is that you're the bang for your buck for that 1 point is high.
Yeah, it's so I don't understand how hero points could apply to killing attacks equally as it would to a dice roll for a PC, but I don't know that it will.
Add to body.
Say
It
again.
probably won't make a difference.
Add to body.
45 and 13. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just think about
Adding
how
to body feels a little bit wrong. Like that shouldn't be allowed. That sounds too powerful.
devastating.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is. Let's just add it all.
Depending upon how many points you add.
Hold on a second. I'm adding.
Yeah, you don't want to set a precedent though for people being able to do that kind of thing.
Well,
Yeah.
that I think actually the stun multiplier would have an even bigger effect.
Yeah, I'm not
that's
going to
why-
allow it this time. I'm sorry, Sandcrab. No, I'll read up on it.
No,
and
no,
figure
that's
out-
all right. It was only a jokingly in the jest kind of
Collectively,
in desperation.
It was being
you know,
jokingly
what can we-
serious
what can we-
or
yeah.
seriously joking.
if it had allowed it, it would have been awesome. Yeah. So collectively, you all just did 228 stun at the same time to this guy.
Could you repeat that?
228 stun collectively.
Is that before or after his defenses?
That's before defenses. I'm calculating it all right now.
Well, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, this is cool. So as you do it, and actually the lightning blast did. Who threw the boulder first? Ghost.
Yeah.
When Ghost's boulder
Dude,
went
Daddy's
through, you saw flecks of gold break off of his finger. Gold broke off. Like you can see he's got the finger taunt up. The boulder broke his finger off.
How?
The 22 body of the electrocution, you can see that just riveting through his body, and pieces of his shoulder and thing are blasting away, almost like an implosion or explosion of it. But the real is just the combined impact of all of the blasts at once. and you see he's humming still, and you hear the hum, but it echoes out loudly. Like out into the wilderness. The field dissipates, and he returns to the green glowing orb again. He is no
Fly,
longer in the
hit the
corporeal.
box, fly back
He's no longer.
I'll run.
before it gets bigger.
He's no longer in the corporeal form, but he is now back to the glowing green ball.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
I'm gonna run back.
Get the box.
That's what I
get
said.
The box.
I'm gonna go run get the box.
But that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Who's getting it?
No rocket can get there faster than any
I
of
was
us.
gonna say rocket on the ground is the fastest. Box and back in less than a second, and that's by grabbing it going around the world. No.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, no, makes sense. So you, even if anyone argued with you, you're just doing it.
yes.
Will you make an attack roll
On the
on the
box.
orb? And it's floating so in the air where he was. How will you get up? Can you get up to them 15 meters up in the sky?
Or if necessary, Ghost will, they'll do a, how would you call that now?
A handoff.
A handoff.
Handoff, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll run back and kind of toss it up and let somebody else grab it.
Yeah, Ghost will catch it out of the air and
Stand in the way so she could simply step on her and leap up.
yeah.
Okay, so Ghost.
Wait. Actually, if Max creates a ramp, I can run right up to him.
I can't create it all fast enough for you to use it.
Yeah, that's in a split second.
Okay.
So it's the handoff. It's a hot potato
Thanks,
game.
right, though.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a handoff.
Okay, so Ghost, you're the one doing the thing. You're the one that got trapped in the field too. That's very appropriate, I think.
Yeah.
So make your attack roll against the orb.
Get your revenge.
You still have hero points, so you need to
It's
use.
easy to get 6 without using hero points.
Yeah, you need to use at least one hero point.
Well, there goes one.
Yeah. Okay, so you swoop the box around it, and you notice the box has like a lining that's different. You don't quite know what the material is, but it's obviously not just a wooden crate, right?
Right.
You all would see the same energy reading as you saw previously, right? That was being carted around. It's basically been contained.
We just lost you.
Oh, you've contained it.
Okay.
It's the same energy
Make sure
reading as what you all were reading as they were being traversed across the country.
Okay.
Honestly, good job. I mean, that was devastating.
Yeah.
I think at this point, the other thing we need to do is put the box down somewhere safe and then get the flock out of here.
No, we're taking the box with us.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, we're not going to leave that out for somebody else to open up.
So Nemesis.
We need to bring it to our demon base where we can lock it away.
Yeah, I suspect that's probably the smart
Even
thing.
in the other realm, probably.
Nemesis, if you would know enough because of the expertise in the magical items, just to remind everybody that if this thing gets close to other ancestral spirits, you'll have another, big 100-kilometer explosion effect.
No, I think we're putting it in the alternate dimension from our
Yeah.
demon base.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we
I'm
save
just-
this until we can find 2 or 3, and then we take them all to Destroyer's house.
Possibly.
Okay. I think that's a place to wrap. I think the coordinated effort at taking this thing out was just awesome. And a lot of fun. Kind of an interesting comic book picture of kind of the panels where everybody's taking their position and doing their thing to take out this godlike ancestor, you know.
Yeah, very interesting combat without combat.
Yeah, that's weird. The interesting thing, the hum of the ancestor, you still hear it. As long as you're close to the box, you still hear him humming.
Does he carry a good tune?
It's a G. Yeah, he's just humming a G. It's like a low G.
He's humming because he doesn't know the words.
Does anybody have any questions as we wrap it up tonight? Or
No, I think I'm good.
okay, I hope everybody had a good time. I know
I'm
it was a
good.
little unorthodox, just the way, but I hope everybody.
Yeah,
had
it
a
was
good time.
interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. It made us feel inadequate at first, and then heroically victors. So it was fun.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks everybody for the fun tonight, and 3 experience
And
points.
nice work on the scenery, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
Thanks, you guys. A lot of fun for me on that part too. Um,
Yeah.
3 experience for everybody, plus another if you link a journal. I hope to hear different perspectives. You all did different things in this. Such a cool just approach. Love to see the journals you all write on this one. So thanks again for
I'm
playing.
working up one big write-up for like all of the Chinatown stuff.
Okay. Yeah, and honestly, in the past, whenever you've done it, they are substantial enough to get multiple experience points if that's what you want to do.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thanks again, guys. I'm gonna hang on for a little while I shut things down if anybody wants to chat, but otherwise, I hope you all have a
Okay.
good
Good
evening.
night, guys.
Hello.
Good night.
Good
Have
night.
a good one.
Good
Stay
night.
safe.
Good night.
It looks
Well, I
like
mean,
you guys
not
had
that
a
I have
great
to
time
go.
tonight.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Would it have been better had I gone into battle turns? I just didn't ever feel
No,
like.
I think it was fine the way it was.
But I didn't.
Yeah,
even
it was
think
good
about
this way.
Yeah, I've had games like that before where there was, combat rolls made, but you didn't need to go into phases.
Yeah, one big foe. I don't know. It just didn't feel like it. I'm glad it didn't hurt. I'm glad it helped.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I'm about to shut down the table unless anybody needs anything off of it.
Well, I was
No,
going to
yeah.
try and load Nemesis into the to attach her to her counter, or to her token.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm going to promote if y'all want to steal any of this stuff.
All right. So from here, it's menu.
Can you reload your bad guy?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'll bring him back in. I think I deleted him, but I'll bring him right back in because he also had a blast that no one ever got to see.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. No one attacked him head on until the end, and so it just never. It never became necessary.
All right. So the first thing I do is what? To load my.
Have you put your JSON file for your character in your Steam folder?
That's what I want to do right now.
I don't think you can do it unless you're GM.
Yeah, you have to be on your own table to do
No,
it.
yeah,
My own.
Uh-huh.
You have to be the GM.
yeah.
But
To
if
be
you
able
enter
to save it in the GM notes.
If you
No,
enter
to be
it
able to do
into
modding.
the other notes, Jason can move
Cloud
it
Manager?
over too.
Can you do Cloud Manager when you're not?
So if I
Oh, you
leave this
can.
game, start it up again.
No, I take that wrong. I'm wrong actually. So you can actually hit modding and then Cloud Manager and
Hold
save
on. Modding, Cloud
modding,
Manager,
Cloud Manager,
right?
and then the little file, upload local file, and then you
Upload.
navigate to where you have it stored on your computer. Should be in the same file as your HD 6 or whatever version you're using.
Got it.
And I assume that you've already saved it as a HTC as a JSON file, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then on the
File. It says root folders. I have a Nemesis folder already created. Upload there.
so then the first cube on the left top side should be the Nemesis JSON. If you click on that, it'll save it to your clipboard, and then you can paste it into the GM notes on your character sheet. I mean, on your character mini.
All right. So